Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, we're back.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. We are going to try our best to not miss any more weeks because life has been lifing.
Correct.
It
Correct is
has.
right.
It has. So what's up? What's new with y'all? What's good? Y'all tell us. I don't know what's good with you.
Hmm. Um, I don't know. What's good? I don't know. I feel as though I've been stressed and more stressed, but when I get those moments where I could rest, that's a good little pockets.
You cherish those times,
Yeah, yeah,
downtime.
yeah.
Good. Um, I bought my first two Arabian perfumes today actually.
Mm,
So
which ones?
I bought two Latafa. I bought, correct me because I'm sure I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. So if you know how to pronounce it properly, please let me know in the comments. Nabras,
The brass.
which is described.
It's sounding very familiar.
Let me it give you
The brass.
the way it's called it, the notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's more described as a vanilla scent. Scent. So let me get it here. I bought it on Amazon. You know, I wish you could get the notes from somewhere right here, but no. Okay, so it is middle notes. Okay, so the top notes are red berries and mandarin orange. Middle notes are vanilla, cacao, and rose. And I love rose.
Mm-hmm.
And the base notes are sugar, tonka bean, amber, and musk.
There's a lot going on in there.
And then I also purchased as Latafa, is it Amsaf?
Did you smell it before you going on reviews?
Ansam Oud. No, Ansam Gold.
Did you smell it before you going on reviews?
Yeah, actually, smell the both
Okay.
of them.
Okay,
Smell the
like,
both of them.
yeah, because I think I bought two based on reviews and I'm like, not
You
my
didn't.
favorite.
So one that I was seeing that was heavily like they were talking about it a lot on social media was a Yara.
The pink
And
one?
the was it the pink one? And I
I,
hate the smell. It
yeah, it
smells
has
like
a,
baby powder.
yeah, that's one of the first ones I bought and I wasn't too much of a fan of it. Like, I would wear it for like work, but,
That's about it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that was one of the things that I wanted to get into this year. Like get myself like proper scents and more body mist. Not so much. Like I like Bath and Body Works body mist. I like the smell, but I don't find the longevity is
Yeah, they
great.
don't.
So I usually use Bath and Body Works for like when I'm going to
Nighttime.
bed. Yeah, like that.
Mm-hmm. Or like
But
you just want like a refresher any day.
not even for that.
Yeah, I just use it like,
Like that.
yeah, because you remember I need sun
All
holy.
day. But I actually, the beginning of the year, I actually got into buying these. And the first place I went was Bottle Heaven Sensualistic Scents. They are located in Carlton Center.
Yeah, I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, Carlton Center. And I was looking for gym scent and fell in love with Ralph Lauren Ralph. So this was the first bottle, and this bottle actually have a little bit in it still. And this is 155 for this bottle. And then the second bottle, which was 250, I think, was this one. I think I bought this one in January.
So the smaller one is what, about 50 mls or less?
The smaller one, I don't even know. They don't have a size. But because I use it so heavily, and I mean heavily,
Yes.
I beat it out a lot. So this one has probably one more use in it. So I'm gonna refill on this one soon.
Mm.
But the scent is
Do they
really good.
refill in the bottles or?
Now, since getting these, because I saw Mustafa, a lot of people talking about Mustafa perfumes on TikTok. So I went to the Mustafa in San Fernando and I got Escada, Sobeto, and Burberry Hill. These scents are so good, but they do refills for sure.
Okay.
They do refills. So I don't know if it's because I didn't ask here if they do refills. If they do refills, it will be really good because it doesn't make sense having a ton
That's
of
what
these
I'm
bottles.
saying. Like you're wasting bottles.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the ones from my Mustafa, that size, it has a $40 size, which is the one I got, and then it has a $45 size, and well, it could go up from there.
Okay.
But I'm going back by Mustafa because it's $40.
Right.
And
And
get
it
some more.
lasting long.
Yeah. I went somewhere, I ran errands because I wanted sense to run errands too. And one of the girls by the car park, when I came back, she's like, It's you smelling like that. You smelling so good. I was like, it's working. It's working. And yeah, you know, when you put on perfume, sometimes you just lose the smell because you will consume in your own scent.
Yeah.
No, it's lasting because right now in my laundry basket, my bathroom is smelling like Burberry Hill from during the week. So it's lasting.
Okay, so get on it, guys.
Yeah. If you're into perfumes and you're looking for like where to start.
It's pretty. It's got on my hand.
The Escada is good,
I
eh?
like it, yeah.
And shockingly, I'm not somebody who likes like that type of
Yeah, I was
sweetness.
actually trying to get away from like, cause like I only like fruity sweet scents. So I was trying to open up my palette a little bit, and it,
You went back.
yeah.
So you're going for Escada.
I am definitely going for Escada.
Yeah. So yeah, Mustafa, this is a mouthful. Bottled Heaven Sensualistic Scents. We could check those two places out. We watched Forever on Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually just stumble across that.
Really?
Because like I don't get time to watch TV like that. And if I do, it's like always like background noise. So it's like, you know, I do other stuff and then just playing. So most of the time it's like things that I watch already, so I don't have to pay much attention. But when I saw this, I was like, this looks interesting. Let me watch it. And yeah, it really really lived up.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
really nice. I'm a TV pyong. So I kind of saw the advert for it. And
Oh, it had one?
yeah. And I saved it for when it was supposed to drop.
Oh my god. I didn't even know all that.
You could do that on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
But when it dropped, I forgot to watch it on the day. And then I kept seeing people talking about the show on my For You page. And actually Lovey Simone, she's one of my favorite actresses since she graced the screens with Greenleaf. I think I was telling you that. So that was the next thing for me to like, I had to watch Lovey. I had to watch my girl Lovey. And I was like, okay, well, it's too much people. And then it had a scene that I saw, like a spoiler. I was like, you see me? And then the music, with the change of music and everything for it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to put on and watch it now. I'm going to watch it. And I binged that from about 6 in the evening until 2 in the morning. I didn't even pick up my phone. I binged the entire thing and I started over yesterday.
Yeah, no.
I'm in love
but when is season 2 dropping?
Girl, I don't know. And that's the next thing. Kudos to them because within about 4 days, they got renewed, which is really good. Really, really good. I've never heard something like that. So kudos to Mara. Through this show is when I learned that she was the person behind the game Girlfriends. being Mary Jane. There's another one that I didn't see, and this. So I have high hopes for Forever.
Yeah.
It was already. It started off on a good foot. Like, what do I think about this show? Like, I feel as though some people like try to get. They need to have a villain in a show, and I wanted to see that Christian was the true villain, and as much as he could be the true villain, when revealing his reason why, because when I found out that it was a tape, I thought it was like revenge or something. Like when they described the person, I was thinking like he was a real asshole or something.
Yeah.
Which yes, he is an asshole, but then I realized like how he actually trying to be sorry about this and somewhat genuinely sorry in his own way. Yes, air quotations, because the fact of the matter is we are adults watching the show and we know the extent that that has on someone's life and how long it could trail behind, well, the character Keisha,
Correct.
for how long. And these are two 16-year-olds, and yes, he know in the moment there he knows it is wrong, but I don't think he even grasped how terrible it was.
And that's the thing, as in that age group, you make a lot of stupid decisions,
yeah.
which sometimes goes on with you for your lifetime.
Yeah.
So I think I think he learned a hard lesson, she learned a hard lesson there. But
Yeah.
for us watching, like, we're like, okay, we would never do that, but yes, we did
Yes,
dumb shit when we was growing
yep.
up. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of us did like some shit that we
Shit.
like, way boy.
A lot of things in the show was like cringe to watch, and we're like, oh. And then really look back, you do cringe shit too. Like, I think a lot of people who have these harsh, really, really harsh views on Keisha, like, I think they took away the fact that Keisha came from a different background than Justin, number one. And number two, I sound like I just begging up my girl away. No, but I trying to separate the two. But Keisha came from a different background, number one. Keisha is 16. And two,
A very mature 16-year-old, I might
forced to be. Forced to be. And like when I was watching the first episode, I was like, why are you going to give this man sloppy toppy on the
cinema.
first day? What's going on? You're too fast. And then as the show go on, I realized, wait a minute, the school she was at before and who she was with before, like, that's their speed. Like, that's, well, their speed. And that's how she learned to show somebody that she liked them. And, well, Justin's background, his school may or may not have had the same, but because of his family dynamic, he still had a different moral compass. And it was nice to see that, he was able to navigate and still not judge and understand and whatnot. But they both were imperfect. The first love, they live and they learn. And honestly, I think it was the most mature separation because it was for the best for the two of them, yeah. And they both were able to say no, they really need to, although Justin was the one to pull the plug. Yeah. But I can't wait for season 2. I can't wait. They have a lot of shows that I cannot wait. I need to see Dr. London, my little druggy baby, back on my screen.
I don't know what is that. What is
From
that?
The Pit. My favorite medical drama. Right now I'm itching to not rewatch that. I itching not to rewatch that. I itching not to rewatch The Day of the Jackal. Eddie Redmayne needs to be back on my screen with immediate effects.
You know what I'm rewatching?
Walking Dead?
Yeah. Like, my son is just hearing in the background. He's like, oh God, you see this how much times? But yeah, that's my speed.
And it's still this heavy, like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm like, but I know everybody who gonna die in each episode, so I'm like, oh, this is when you die.
But you still watch it like you're watching it the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have watched the
Spin-offs?
spin-off?
The thing about it is, I think I always I said I was going to watch the spin-offs, but then the reality was I liked them together. So it was hard for me to just focus on one thing. So it had Daryl alone, and then it was hard for me.
Oh.
I wanted them together.
Everybody. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I did start watching 4 seasons, and it's going
I
going
heard
good.
about that, and
It kind of reminds me of Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? But in a different light. But I'm enjoying it so far. I think I only reached episode 3, but I have a roster, guys, so we'll get to the end just now. It did not do what Forever did for me to binge it immediately, but it is going good.
And how much episodes it was?
8.
Or 1 season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make sure. I'm saying the right thing. I believe it's 8. Forever, wait. Obsession.
Clearly.
I am scrolling and yeah, 8. I'm scrolling and any edit I see, I watch it out, like, repost. And every time I catch myself, I'm like, you need to stop reposting. And I was like, no. It's like myself fighting myself. No, you have to repost it. They did well. One, Lovey actually got nominated for an award for this role. So
Probably.
You
How
go,
old
girl.
she is in real life, though?
she's 26
Oh, okay. Sherelle tiny.
and he's 23.
Oh. Yeah, she look older than her.
Yeah.
She's so tiny.
Yeah, she's a small girl. But yeah, she has a twin.
Serious?
I didn't know that. Yeah. She has a
Identical?
twin. No.
Oh.
No. But she has a twin. Anyway, guys. We're moving into stories already.
You're gonna tell me about Halle, baby daddy, because I don't know the tea.
But I'm not.
What is the tea?
So, a lot of things dropped this week. So, we have the DD case, Diddy's
Right.
case, DDG, and then Chris Brown being arrested.
Oh, I heard about that, and I'm like, what the hell? But it was from something from
Last year.
Yeah. So you have to stay 1 year in prison, right?
I heard so.
And he was supposed to go on tour just now.
Yeah. Damn. They listened to him be like coming and having all the ads for him to come UK. And there's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah,
You
just
go ahead.
wait.
Just go. We'll get you when they come. I think you're living normal. That was that was brutal, but love CB, but anyway, that DDG fool. Yeah, so Halle filed for a restraining order against him apparently in exchanging Halo is their son name.
Right.
Like something with him pushing her when they were having an argument and like he pushed her into a stairwell or something. So and like every time like I hear something with DDG and Halle, like even before the rumors of her being pregnant, like you have a friend like
It was very concerned.
I was like, girl, why are you with this guy? Ugh. Like, please. You have a friend and your friend like she with this idiot and everybody know he's an idiot. Everybody know. Everybody in the friend
She
know.
didn't know that.
And then when it confirmed that yes, she was pregnant, I was like, oh girl, why? Oh. Did you know this is a trap? Like, because to me, like everything he does is literally for clout. Like even when,
I thought he was doing well though. No?
yeah, he's a successful cloud chaser. Yeah, but like I don't understand. It was literally everything he did. Probably I'm a hater, but everything he did, even before him being with her, I just couldn't take him. Like when they were together, like every little thing he bought Halle, he needed to document it. And to me, it came off as again clout before her happiness or anything. Even with Halo, is he same mentality? Like, so now every time, like now when I heard this, I'm like, girl, why did you call this guy? I understand that without him, you will not be a beautiful son. Halo, he's such a
Yeah.
cutie pie. Nothing for his pappy. Amen. He
Yeah,
looks
for
just
real.
like
It's
Halle.
like a twin.
Copy and paste. Amen. But girl, why did you? He's sorry. Please repulse me. Ugh.
And then he push her.
Like, even if
Even the what?
he's do some voice changing thing. Ugh. Just can't take that guy. Like, ugh.
Well, I'm glad she's okay. I thought
I'm glad she's okay too. Yeah. Like I feel as though like oh gosh, girl, like you are so much better than him. Like like everything.
And she's such a little sweetheart.
She
Like, she
is.
just seemed like the innocent sister between the two.
The two of them.
Yeah.
You never saw their lives.
No.
They good for themselves, you know, in terms of like they have the little spice, but it's not like it's like normal spice like any girl will have like in their friend group. But to me, she used to come off as more of the I'll cut you. There was one of her lies with Chloe, where it's Chloe. Yeah, where they were talking about like if they find out like a man cheat on them or something, and Halle was the one who was saying like, yeah, I'll invite you to dinner, and then I will something with the food, and then ask you about it, and I eat it, and then reveal that yeah, I know. That's what I mean by that now.
Oh.
There. I don't mean like she will literally cut you, but like she yeah. But yeah. But I'm sorry that she was faced with it. And I hope that he does not continue to make his life only about speaking about Halle. I actually hope that he just
I don't know where along this way I thought that he was like going down a healthy path. I don't know where did I see that. Where did I see that? That
What
he was
healthy
doing
path?
like he was doing good for himself and no? Okay. I don't pay attention to him, so
yeah, he's
probably I didn't notice.
ugh. And I feel as though when he got with Halle, I was even more gross. Like, oh. Yeah. But yeah,
Hopefully
that's it.
hopefully things will work out.
For the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that they're able to at least have a healthier dynamic.
Even sometimes like with this, like it could turn around and you might have like he might learn from this, learn to handle his emotions, whatever the issue is, because it's the child's still young, so they're still trying to navigate through how to do co-parenting, a healthy co-parenting, I should say.
It's so I would hope for the same, but it's so unpredictable for that to go that way for me when you have a family around you that enable you in your shit, especially as he's like now the breadwinner of the family. And yeah, so don't know.
Well, now that I have a restraining order and Does he reach in order prevent him from seeing the
Halo
sun?
as well, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, but I would hope that he turns around.
Yeah.
That might be
Just
motivation. That
keep Halle name out your mouth. Like, oh gosh. Oh
hmm,
gosh. She didn't even come out here and say why are they done. Or did she? We don't know. I don't know. So, but
pay
as far as I understand, I didn't see nothing. So just keep it mute. I would say keep it cute, but that doesn't concern you. Anyway, we're moving into Reddit Saga now.
Yeah,
Okay, you're going to know me.
you could go ahead.
All right. Am I the asshole for ruining my boyfriend's family dinner by bringing my own food? I'm 28 years old and I have been with my boyfriend for about a year. I have several food allergies: gluten, dairy, and shellfish. My boyfriend's family invited
What
me.
does she have an allergic to? Because I
Sounds
felt
like
like it
you.
was me.
Gluten, dairy, and shellfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My boyfriend's family invited me over for a big homemade dinner. I told his mom ahead of time that I have allergies. They already know this, but I remember them because I have had a couple of incidents with them because of this. And she said, "Don't worry, we'll have something for you." When I got there, everything had at least one ingredient I couldn't eat. I didn't want to make a fuss or go hungry, so I discreetly pulled out a Tupperware meal I made at home and started eating it. My,
Right.
my boyfriend's mom looked offended and said I was being disrespectful and I didn't trust her, just her cooking. Later, my boyfriend told me I embarrassed him and shouldn't have eaten around the allergens. Eaten around? Sorry, no. Later, my boyfriend told me I embarrassed him and I should have just eaten around the allergens to keep the peace. How you just eat around your allergens?
Okay, so in some instances you can, and in some you can't.
What are
Like
the
for
instances
instance,
you can?
okay, for instance, with like dairy, you could eat things that around it. Like if even if it don't like even if it touch it, it wouldn't for me it wouldn't affect me. But like with shellfish, I would not be able to eat certain things. Sometimes like if something touch it, it may affect me. But my own very slight compared to other people. Like my throat will scratch, it wouldn't close, but it will scratch.
Yeah, but
So
then
in
that's
that
the next thing.
instance,
It depends on how
how
she
severe her
her
allergy
allergies
is, right?
is.
And then, like, why would you want to put yourself through that where
And then you
right
don't
through?
know if it's something. Okay, so gluten is something that could affect her skin. You don't know what is her like her career path. If it's something to do with skincare, if it's something to do with makeup, if she's a model, these things are things that could. Well, I'm just saying that could affect her skin or even her allergies could act up outwards on her visibly, and she doesn't want to go
Right.
through that. Um, so I think the if she didn't want to eat around the allergens, I think that was completely up to her, and she was in her right not to want to eat around the allergens. Um, with the Tupperware now, it didn't have no way that she could have gone somewhere and eat it, like not around everybody.
So for me, being allergic to literally everything, how would I have handled that situation? I think I would have remind my boyfriend to remind his mother. I may not have said anything to his mother, but I remind him to please like have something there for me. And then if it doesn't, I probably would have eaten salad. I'd eaten salad, or if they have chicken, eat salad and chicken or something like that, right? I wouldn't carry something necessarily. And if I did carry something, I would have been eating. That's just
In your
me.
car.
I would have like eat quickly, like in the car, in the bathroom, somewhere. Like I wouldn't like take up my handbag because now it's looking like, okay, y'all didn't consider me, so here I am with my Tupperware, and I don't know. That's just me.
which is how you perceive it, because to them they would think of it like that. To her, she just making sure she don't have a allergic reaction.
Correct.
But because every perception is
Mm-hmm.
literally the key in the situation. I think she could have. She said discreetly, but how discreet are you doing it around everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was I was definitely having a salad. But there are times when I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna eat and then deal with the repercussions after. But not everybody wants to do
Wants to do
that.
that, yeah.
Yeah, because
So I I could understand her not wanting to deal with the
and then on top of that, right? So in terms of like being allergic to dairy, my one is my skin. Some people have the run-ins. So why would you want to be out and have the run-ins? Why?
yeah.
Why? Nah.
Mm-mm.
I find the boyfriend
He should have known, because
inconsiderate.
at this point, like, okay, so recently I don't have allergies, but I'm very strict with the way in which I eat in terms of on my journey. And just recently, I went a reunion with my mom, and I prepared my food before I left,
Mm.
because it was around a little after lunch we went, and they had food and stuff. But I didn't want to.
I smell it because I remember something, but go ahead.
I didn't want to indulge in anything and throw me off of my goal that I set mentally. So I packed it in the car. Now, my intention was really to go in the car and eat, but at the point in time when I was ready to eat, my mom and, well, it was my uncle. Well, I can say my two uncles that I grew up with. Well, one is my mom cousin and one is like her
Mm.
school friend, and I know ever since. And they were the furthest area away from everybody playing dominoes now. So I sat there because those are like my people, so they understood. So I sat there, nobody saw me eat. So,
Yeah.
and that was good because I know I wasn't being like in front of the food and in front of everybody, pulling out my food and eating. So
Yeah. But do you think this is what I remember, right? Do you think it's like disrespectful if somebody offer you something and then you say no thanks? Like you go somewhere and you know they offer you food.
disrespectful?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. I went out some time ago recently with a friend, and it was his friends, and they were like, we have food," and I was just like, "No, I'm good, thank you," and he was like, "You embarrassing me." Why you not?
What?
Yeah, he was like, "You need to." Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you should say, yeah, I will take some, or you'll take it to go." And I was like, "What?" So I didn't know, like I didn't know that was a thing. So
I don't believe that is a thing.
yeah, for me it wasn't. For me it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to eat from you. But afterwards he was like, that's how they would perceive it. So when we were talking about perception, I was like, okay,
For saying no thank you.
yeah. And his friend also, well, not the host, but another friend who was there, he was like, yeah, that will come across like, okay, you don't want to eat from us, you think we dirty. And I'm like, what? How will you reach there? I just say no thanks because I'm full. No thanks because maybe I don't want any. But
Here where I find it odd, right? Because I grew up with going out and your parents telling you, making sure and tell you, you
eat
eat
before you
home,
come.
eh? You eat home, eh? Or,
Don't go
or
with
you
your
go
belly in your
inside.
hand.
Not only that, like even like going like to my mom and stuff. Like when I was like in school and by my mom we can they have like whatever pizza thing and she like no thanks, eh? No thank you. So it like embedded no thanks because really and truly I mean, in 2025, everything is captured on camera and posted on social media. We even if we go in with the consensus that some people house dirty or some people just cook dirty, I think that is saying no is my right. Even if you don't know if I'm on antibiotics, you don't know if I cannot eat what you're offering me, you don't know if you don't know if I'm sick. What wrong with saying no thank you? I never heard that before, and I unwilling
Yeah.
to take that is a disrespect. I would not be. Yeah. I, honestly,
I
you
didn't
telling
even.
me that would make me want to say no thank you more.
So if somebody come by me and I offer them
Like,
something, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't want to eat from it. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's just no, no. Yeah, but that's how some people perceive it. Yeah.
it have plenty places we went, and as a group, and they had food we didn't eat, and we eat when we leave. Like we get something, and probably it's because we didn't feel comfortable eating there. Number one, that in terms of like just eating around people you don't know. I think what is that? That's a phobia.
I I don't have to call it
A
a phobia.
phobia,
That
but
is
it's
not
it's
that
not
that's not a
phobia, but
phobia.
or we just don't want what they have. Or we in our mind we planned that we wanted something else to eat. Our belly don't feel like something else. You know? You can't tell me I shouldn't
Yeah.
say no thank you.
When he told me that, I was like, okay.
And how does it change your view on saying no thank you now?
Um, Not really. Honestly, honestly, I end up saying, okay, I'll take, and it was the best curry ever. No, but I would still say if I want or if I don't want, but I ended up taking that time because I was like, okay, all right, fine, I'll take the food. Because he was like, no, it is in real, got it is in real. So I was like, okay, fine, fine, I'll
I
take it.
honestly find that I knowing me, I would compare it to like no cannot be an answer. Like if you cannot take no as an answer from me,
You'll go to that end.
well, this I say.
Mm.
So I you taking away my privilege to say the word no. That's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
some people perceive it like that. All right. Am I the asshole? My family's upset that my boyfriend still has photos of his late girlfriend and their daughter on his social media. So I, 21-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend, 23-year-old male, for 5 months. So a fairly new relationship. I'm going to get this out of the way since it's a big part of the issue I'm having. But 2 years ago, he tragically lost his girlfriend at the time and their 6-month-old daughter to a car accident. They were together for 3 years before she passed, and I'm his first relationship since losing her. I can't imagine going through a loss like that, and I think my boyfriend is very strong.
And daughter
Yeah,
was the girlfriend and daughter.
yeah. One of the
Just
strongest
change the
people I
whole thing
know.
now.
He talks about them to me from time to time, of course. And I know his heart will have a piece of both of them forever. So it doesn't make me feel some kind of way at all when he does talk about them or grieves. I don't think anyone can fully get over something like that, so I know it must be hard for him. He treats me amazing and is a great guy, and my family loved him too when they met him. However, my sister was the first to see on his Instagram account that he still has posts up of them together with their daughter. And he recently posted an Instagram story wishing her happy birthday. She would have turned 23,
Happy
and
heavenly birthday.
yeah, and posted a happy Mother's Day post last week. My sister had to go and show my parents, and they also didn't like that he hasn't deleted anything. Which I find odd because it's my relationship, and the only person who can say something about it is me, and it doesn't bother me at all. They actually confronted my boyfriend about it, and he looked like he was about to cry. I felt bad that they put him on the spot like that because, like I mentioned, he's a
1 year
great.
ago. 1 year.
Um,
He lost out
no, it was 2 years
2
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, I felt bad that they put him on the spot like that because, like I mentioned, he's a great guy and a sweet boyfriend. Just wondering if anyone else sees something wrong with what he's posting. Am I too lenient? Because I don't think I am. And I would also love to hear perspectives and from someone who have had a partner that passed as well.
I know somebody who could probably answer.
That's who I thought about when this happened. Because I feel as though
The only
people,
difference is they didn't have a child.
yeah, I feel as though people always want to tell people how they should grieve. And that's so,
And I actually think that the fact that he had a child with this person and he lost his child to me that changed the whole narrative of
yeah,
this.
it wasn't just
a girlfriend.
And they were
Yeah.
together 3 years, so that's a long time to be with somebody and then have a child. I don't know, like, again, it brought me back to that situation because without saying any names, I saw recently that the sister posted happy birthday to happy heavenly birthday for her father, and it was a wrong Mother's Day. And
Oh
somebody
God! Hey,
had the
I was so pissed.
the audacity to say is not Father's Day. Mind your fucking business. Like, if you have nothing good to say,
Just keep it mute.
like, they're not none of your business. None of your business. And like this story here, she said it. I am the one in the relationship. I don't have a problem with it. Why they have a problem with it? Or they getting jealous for people who passed away.
And sorry, going back to that one, I find it so odd that they even had the audacity to come out and even say something shitty, especially to the person that we talking about here, because they are very much family oriented and they give each other their flowers when individually. It just so happened that on that day, that was the father birthday too. And it wasn't like they didn't give recognition to their mother on the day either. Like y'all are warped. Like some of y'all, like, I don't understand. But it did piss me off too.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, Laurel, keep scrolling. Keep
Piss me off.
scrolling because I don't know how people like to hide behind social media and just feel as though they could
The
type
little
whatever.
Twitter fingers.
Just type whatever. These are real people lives.
Exactly.
So back to this situation, I feel as though she just needs to continue being there for her partner. Like she said, he's an amazing boyfriend. I feel as though if she continue allowing her family to tell him stuff, she probably might have to address the situation. Not probably, she would have to address the situation.
Yeah.
Because that might put a wedge and drive him away. And you don't want to lose a good relationship. You know, it's still something fresh. 2 years is...
It's quite fresh.
Yeah,
It's
so,
quite fresh.
you know, people grieve for years. For years.
And the fact that she entered the relationship willingly, she was a willing participant, and I don't think she went in not knowing that this is where he is mentally and this is what's going to be happening. Like, in terms of like him posting Happy Mother's Day, happy
And I admire
birthday.
that he's able to express and how share how he feels with her, because some men feel as though, you know, the two man to be too macho to say that, okay, I'm hurting.
But
At
I
least he
would
have some outlets.
Yeah, I would say it does take a certain level of maturity that she clearly has to deal with that, because somebody else would be in competition with the person that's no longer here. So if you
That's
are,
when all is crazy to me.
if you are that person, you shouldn't enter the relationship, because you're just gonna add to the person's grief. And as much as I'm not saying that they should not be like that, which would be like what the sister is going through or feeling for her. But what I would say is, if you know you are that person, I cannot tell you that you're wrong for feeling that way. Don't enter the relationship. That's not a relationship for you. You cannot deal with that. Don't enter the relationship.
You know, it's so funny also, like, I just thought about that. Like sometimes people like for instance the person who send a message. It have people out here, everything is a problem. So if you're crying too much, why you don't get over it? It happened so long ago. And if you're not crying, how come you're so happy? You
What are you
cannot.
talking about?
I'm just talking about like how people like in terms of how people want you to grieve or how they
Oh,
see how you should grieve
yeah,
or
yeah, definitely. Let's go back to that person because it's really upsetting.
but yeah, we never lost a partner and I don't
Don't
ever
wish it on
want
anybody, yeah.
to experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is a little longer. Am I the asshole for evicting my brother and his family from the house I have inherited so my daughter can live there? I, 40 female, have a daughter, Caroline, 17 female. My brother Adam, 34 male, is married and has two kids under the age of 5. Back when I was in my 20s, our great grandmother ended up with an illness which required someone to take care of her. This ended up being me, as everyone else was busy with their lives, and I have only recently graduated from uni back then. Due to this, when she passed away, I have inherited the house she lived in, which is a small 2 bedroom. I have lived there until I got married, and me and my husband ended up moving to a bigger property. About a year later, my brother asked if I'm willing to rent it out to him, which I agreed to do, but have warned him I will need it back when Caroline turns 18. She was 3 at the time, since it is very close to university in the city center. Legal agreement was drafted for the rent, significantly below market value, so everything was followed by the book. About a year ago, I have informed my brother about needing the house back as my daughter is going to be 18 and I would like to have some repairs done before she moves in. My brother ignored me. He ignored you. So I have issued him a notice to vacate, which was also ignored. As he continued to ignore me, I had no choice but to apply for a court order to evict them, with hearing taking place last month. Last week, him and his family were officially evicted. Upon getting into the house, I noticed it was in horrible condition. Upon getting into the house, I have noticed it was in a horrible condition and it would take a few months just to make it somewhat habitable, let alone do redecorating or repairs. I have raised this with my brother since he was meant to look after the house and let me know of any repairs, but this talk ended up in an argument where I was called an asshole for evicting him and his family so my spoiled daughter can live by herself and not giving them enough notice. They had just over a year. They had just over a year to find something suitable. Over a year. He also said, I have inherited the house by cheating. My parents are on his side since Adam and his family live with them.
Okay, so initially when you started, I was like, giving a 17-year-old a house. But then as the story progressed, I understood why she was making that decision because for dorm, you want your child to be comfortable, especially for university. So instead of her having to rent somewhere, you have somewhere that is close to university. And why pay for dorm
Correct.
where when you have this house that was it legally gifted legally. Yeah, so I don't see what's the problem because you knew it was her. You didn't know she cheated to get the house when you was asking her to rent it, but you knew she cheated to get the house after. um I find it unreasonable. She told you in advance when the agreement was being made, and then she reminded you again is your lazy ass wasn't looking for anything and got comfortable, and especially seeing that they said that it was below market value, like below, right? So you get too comfortable, and now you wanted to stay. Come on, find somewhere else. Being unrealistic and
You were saying that
unreasonable.
when she first started and you realize before you realize it was because of dorm and thing, right? My take on that is even if it wasn't even for dorm and she wanted it for her 17-year-old daughter, it will not matter what I think, what you think, what he think about the daughter being 17 years old with a house, because at the end of the day, the house is not even your own. You didn't inherit the house. It's not yours. And if it wasn't your sister you was renting from, you would have had to get your ass out.
Regardless.
Regardless. So, business is business. Business is business. That don't matter. It don't matter. When it was time to take care of great grand, where were you?
Where were the parents?
Where were the parents? Now everybody have a say. Now everybody have a say.
Easy, please. My feet is like
Cool.
freezing.
Now everybody have a say. That make it you want to now use emotional tactics and use it as family to go back on your word for this, when the facts is just the facts. It have nothing to do with family. You had how much of a years you rented this house since she was 3, since Caroline was 3. You
More
knew
than
since
enough.
she was 3 years old
You had
that
time
when
to
she
save
reached
for a house.
exactly. So what the hell were you doing? You're a leech. You didn't want to get up and do something for yourself. You just wanted everything to be easy. No, that's not how things work. That is not how things work. Not because she had something and you find it was easier for you. No, get up and get. You'll appreciate things better if you knew. Because look at the state of the house. Based on what she described, look at the state of the house. You didn't even take care of the house. If it was yours, you would have taken care of it.
Yeah, that's usually how tenants go. I don't want to generalize the statement, but yeah, seems about right.
Yeah, that is true. But you see, if it was under stricter laws, contractual agreements, certain things don't happen. Well, mainly sometimes it really does have tenants that are just ridiculous. But then okay, if it was under stricter contractual agreements, because I'm thinking that this is in the states, and I'm not saying that every tenant in the state is perfect tenants, but there's majority of people who know damn well how to act, who goes to the extreme lengths to ensure that they don't make a hole in the wall. But no, you know this is your sister's property, so you don't care. You don't care how it come. You don't care how you leave. You don't care. You never cared. And it didn't have anything to do with the time frame of your eviction. This has to do with the time frame you were there.
You really didn't care because, you know, like some people might be like, oh gosh, okay, I had to leave now. Let me try to fix up the place, paint over something, patch this, do this.
You didn't give a shit. You didn't even go in. You knew damn well that when your sister said that she wanted the house back by the time her daughter is the age of 18, so she could prepare and everything, which would be a little before 18, you knew damn well that you were, in your mind, you write that off because you were hoping that she changed her mind. I don't think she's an asshole. Brother needed to be evicted, and eviction it is.
I almost got into a fight with this dude, and I feel like a coward that I didn't fight him. I, 27-year-old male, went to a concert with my girlfriend last night. It was all general admission, so we were all on a giant floor. I went to the bar to get us some water and walked back to my spot next to my girlfriend. I came back and there's a guy blocking my path to an open spot right next to my girlfriend. I said, excuse me, I'm just going to that spot right there. That's my girlfriend.
Where were they?
At a concert. And he said, "You're not serious. You you're not getting by me." Now, for a little info on myself and them, I am 5'3" and I'm like 117 pounds. So I'm pretty skinny. This person blocking me was like 5'10" and wide, and of course, I'm intimidated. I asked again because the only thing between me and my girlfriend is this person. They start yelling at me and pushing into me. My girlfriend now starts arguing with them, and he's still not budging and saying he's not going to let me pass. Then everyone around us start yelling at him to let me pass. He still don't do it, and he wants to fight me. My girlfriend ended up getting security to get him out of the way. He even argued and threatened the security guard. The security guard led me to my girlfriend and told the guy he's doing too much and he needs to calm down. Now, throughout the show, the guy is yelling at literally everyone, man or woman, who walks by them, like aggressively. I felt like I should have done something for myself and everyone around me. I didn't want me or my girlfriend to end up arrested, so I didn't. But I feel like a coward for not doing more about this shitty individual. Did I do the right thing as a man, or should I have done more?
I think he could have. They could have relocated.
If I have a good spot in this concert, or I don't want to necessarily move, but I understand your point. And
I understand that too. You don't want to move from. Yeah.
exactly. And I find it strange. I guess because they didn't really fight, that's why the security didn't put him out. It was just like a little argument back and forth. But I find like the security could have done a little bit more, especially as he was, trying to clearly pick a fight with everybody. But yeah, maybe they could have gone. They could have moved. However, so you can't walk all the way around and come around on the next side to get to your girlfriend. Like you literally had to pass that way. He could have passed.
Like we forgetting a little bit here that ego, male ego. I think male ego is playing a big part.
Clearly.
Yeah. And he actually listed it out. 5'3". Am I even 5'3"?
You're more than that. You're probably like 5'6". So he's like very short. And then this guy is 5'10". And now he's asking if he should have
And then he's standing next to his girlfriend.
Yeah. If he had tried to fight somebody who's 5'10"
and I think that was the issue.
And wide.
I think that was the issue for him.
For who? The boyfriend?
Yeah, he's watching this guy standing next to his girlfriend. That was the first intimidation.
Well, yeah, but God just let him pass. I feel as though they want the 5'10" guy.
And then he didn't ask to pass. He said, "You're in my spot."
No, he didn't. He said, "Excuse me."
That's my spot.
No. Just some. Good, hold on. He said, and I quote, "Excuse me, I'm just going to that spot right there. That's my girlfriend." I don't know why all that extra part about "that's my girlfriend."
Which means that he had an issue with him standing there. And to him, it seemed as though to someone else, this tall guy, he could be mistaken for his girlfriend's boyfriend when it's really him. So all that, which is all really and truly going back to ego. I know it had something to do with
ego on the two parts.
On the both parts, yeah. The tall man gets irritated when homeboy talk about "that's my girlfriend."
Probably. And like do something about it because it's like, you talking to me? If I take it because like, what? We saying? You gonna go where here? Come true, man. Nah, but I don't I don't think he did anything wrong.
He did. He had an
No, I mean
undertone.
like no.
He
Okay,
had an
besides
underlying
that,
message.
besides that, he was asking about if he was well, if he should have fight the guy. How you was going to fight the guy? You said about being arrested, you'd have died.
Not died.
You'd have been in the hospital. Like he would have picked you up and like floor you to the ground. Like with one hand. 117 pounds? You know what's that? I could lift 117 pounds. Like 117 pounds?
He's lighter
He'd
than
have break
you.
your wrist. He is way lighter than
Way
you.
lighter than you.
Like I am like way heavier than that.
He's like that girl. That girl with that brother from on work.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I can't call names here.
The girl with the brother on wig. The girl
That,
with the
that, gives
brother.
that gives a real big explanation, Sherain. Yeah.
The girl with the brother on wig.
117 pounds.
Yeah, he's studying about if he should have fight. You get to live to see another
Yeah,
day.
you live in that. You live in that.
You get to live to see another day. Like why? What? And yeah, it is an ego thing because for him to go home and be like studying, maybe I should have fight maybe my girlfriend. And the fact that your girlfriend know how to call security to deal with it.
Girlfriend was scared for you.
The girlfriend get involved in the argument. She's on a quarrel with the man.
And that will not probably bring down his ego because. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I find like lately this is a problem, like ego. Like a lot of people like getting
You know, I think social media have a lot to play with it.
yeah, and then people want to take out the gun and shooting people. Po po po.
I think it's social media. It's have a lot of comparison going on, and really and truly, you're not. More people have a lower self-esteem, and egos are a bit more fragile. And I honestly believe it has a lot to do with social media.
I guess it have part to play.
What y'all think? Tell us. Tell us what you think in the comments. It's a good topic. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.
Yes.
See y'all next week.
Bye.